Rob and Slim Show.
What's going on, guys?
Oh my God, Bad Billy Painter, welcome, brother, to the Rob and Slim Show. It's so great to have you on, man.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Oh man, we've been friends for years. You had us on the AOW network. You've done Outlaw Radio for a while. We've followed each other. We've been friends, but I've been on your show. It's just finally great to have you on ours, my friend.
Absolutely. Good to be here. Thank you very much.
No problem, man. How's everything? And you're currently on a break from Outlaw Radio, correct?
No. I came back this last weekend, actually. I just took a 2-week break because I had some things to do, but I got that back in full swing now.
Yeah, I always felt like the breaks, too, they recharge you, man. Like, you need those like every now and then, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And your show, Outlaw Radio, how long have you been doing it for?
Since 2015. Yeah, right. So going on roughly almost 7 years now.
Nice. And I just want to point out, too, you are way more right-wing than we are, and we're a little left, but we never... I just love the fact that you have us on your network, and we've messaged a whole bunch of times, man. We see eye to eye on a bunch of stuff, and even the stuff we don't bash each other for, but it's cool. And that's what I feel like most normal people should be. Like, just the fact that people just are so quick to, like, kill each other over agreeing or disagreeing on issues.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, the country's divided enough, whether we're divided by race or we're divided by differences of opinion and all that kind of bullshit, and it's like there was a reason why democracy was invented in the first place.
Yeah.
People have lost that touch.
Yeah, I don't know when we did, but it seemed when we did, it went down real quick, man. It just went away. Oh, man. I was going to ask you, too, and I feel bad for asking this, Billy, but what is AOW, the AOW network? What does AOW stand for? Because even on the site and all, I don't see it.
Art of War. So
okay.
to explain this is back to the days when I was on the chat lines and I met Stephen James and Tommy Coolwater, and they were part of a clique called A.O.W, and I later became a part of that clique where it was really nothing much back then except on telephone chat lines. Then I decided, I was starting podcast over a telephone system, and so did Stephen and Tommy. It's like, why don't we just collaborate everything and create the AOW Productions, and it just kind of built from there since 2010, and just call it AOW Productions. And then 2020 I decided to come out with the AOW Radio Network.
Cool, man. Cool.
What is a phone chat line? I've never heard of that.
Basically, you go on, you call a number, and you just bullshit with people from different areas, whether you're bullshitting or you're bashing or whatever.
Cool.
There's a lot of bashing going on. And
that's cool. So it's almost like going on like back in the day. Yeah, I was gonna say like the AOL chat rooms, but you're doing it like with audio. Like you're actually just calling this number.
Yeah, just talking trash with you. That's cool. That's awesome. I gotta say too, Billy, I'm super jealous that you have the Cold Cock Whiskey banner. We were about to get our Cold Cock Whiskey sponsorship, but the guy that we were in contact with left the company. We had this crazy runaround. For that.
Didn't we call him too?
Yeah, we called him on the show one day. Like, what's going on, bro? Where's our sponsorship? And he's like, I left the company. Click. But I don't know. I feel like maybe they heard our show and they were like, oh, fuck these guys. These guys they're not going to represent us. They suck.
Well, hell, if they're gonna sponsor my show, or they're gonna sponsor what used to be the Jay and Brody show, some other guys that I knew from different internet network I was on, I don't see why they wouldn't sponsor you guys.
It was them, and then there was one with Oh my God, Deathwish! I think Deathwish Coffee, like they were this small company at the time, and I hit them up, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do it," and then they just blew up. They blew up huge, and then I never heard back.
Big box retail.
Yeah,
now. You can
they're
get
on
a bag of Deathwish coffee.
I think they're in retailers. They're on Amazon. They're everywhere. Yeah, and then it was like, oh yeah, we don't need these little chumps.
you know what though? Because I'm selling Cranked Up coffee, which is. From a show called Cranked Up Live. They sent me like 6 boxes of their coffee to sell out, and I'm currently working on that. But that's with a company called Grindhouse Brew. If you guys this wasn't your last season, I'd say contact Grindhouse Brew. And I'm not bullshitting you. You could come out with Rob and Slim coffee.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I gotta tell you, I gotta point out too, like old habits die hard though. Like every time I get followed by something on Twitter, that's something I'm like, do you guys sponsor shows? Like, yeah, I don't even think of it sometimes. But yeah, dude, that is true. We're a falling star right now. We're on the way out, man. But like that's something I struggle with too sometimes. Like just bringing that up real quick. Sometimes at home or in my regular day-to-day life, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna be so irrelevant in a few years. Nobody's gonna even know me. Everyone's gonna forget about me. I'm a fucking loser. Like instead of a loser now that's on every week with the microphone. Like it's like, oh my God. Like sometimes it's like it's rough, man.
I got a little sad today because I didn't realize I had my Podbeam subscription on yearly automatic, so they just charged me for the year, and they're like, you're good until February 9th next year, and I'm like,
So it's like, I can't wait to stop fucking dealing with this shit.
Pay by the year. I pay by the month.
Yeah, I don't remember when I switched. I always was paying by the month. I must have been drunk one night and switched to yearly. I feel like
they just updated it and like you never realized. You got a whole year out.
Yeah, so we got a Podbeam subscription all the way until February next year, but we're ending in May. So.
Some just can't wait to delete us from everywhere, Billy. Oh my God.
But one thing I'm going to say is, Rob, I told you I was going to do this once you guys have hung it up and called it quits, or I should say, once you're done, there's plenty of archives, and I'm going to be running Rob and Slim reruns on AOW Radio.
Oh, awesome. We appreciate it. That's
yeah,
really cool.
Dude, I really appreciate it. I talked to you. I talked to Matt Connerton from IPM. I told him if he wants to host us on there and have the show still up there like an archive, like, yeah, and he said he would. Like, so it's just great to have that kind of a support.
Do you need anything from us, or would you just download all the episodes, I guess, from Podbeam before it stops existing?
We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I would also say you're going to need Slim's credit card information at some point, Billy.
Usually.
And he doesn't lock his doors at his house, so if we got to come here and just grab it, we could do that.
That's a long ways across the country to go and break the law like that.
Yeah, but then you're out of state lines. You're good. And I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't do nothing. Billy, I got to bring up too. I just love our shared. Is it our shared enemy? What is he? What is the crazy Joe got to do? What is he up to? Has he been silent? Because I haven't checked his YouTube in like probably a month.
No, we all live rent free in his head, And I just quit. I just recently quit. Going to his YouTube or his Facebook because he's so repetitive.
Yes.
And just saying the same stupid shit over and over again. How you're a loser or I'm a loser and
the same insults, and that's what it is. That's what it got me. But it's so fun at the same time. But at the same point, it's like, oh my God, how many times can I hear the same stupid insult?
I mean, if it's not the racist bigotry that's always coming out of his mouth, it's this, he's these gay jokes that he just, oh my God.
With details like nobody else would have. Like, I couldn't come up with some of the goddamn details that guy has.
Well, just like that one that he asked you, who catches and who pitches, and do you grease it up? And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. How many inches that can be received? I'm like, oh my god, this guy did some goddamn research.
Details.
No, I don't think he did research. I think he's speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Or he just wants something in his
Well,
spank
but
bang.
that's research, right?
Yeah,
you're going out. It's field research.
No one's better. I know all the New York tricks over here, huh? Wait.
Probably jerking off when he said that too, because the video was dark.
Yeah, and when you see him, you don't really see under the belt line much. So
what was he doing? He was doing the no video. He was saying because nobody deserved to see his face or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what he says. But then in like 5 or 6 in a row, he just constantly starts now with it's a bad hair day. Slim has had bad hair decades, and he's always gone on camera. I've gotten texts on the show like Slim's hair is not okay.
One of the last videos that I saw of him too, he was taking a shit.
Yes, I did see that one, Billy.
You heard the toilet flush and everything. Thank God you didn't see anything, but he's got the camera pointed at the wall or something while he's talking, while he's taking a shit, and I'm like, God.
Oh my God, too! Like just the eventual maybe of having might have a show in 10 years. Who knows?
Right.
Like,
what are these things?
And he's been teasing it for like 14 years. Like, what's going on here, man? Why can't you get a stupid show going? I don't know.
He's gonna take our listeners, which I'd like to know how he's gonna figure out who listens to our shows. Is he going to pinpoint every play or something? What's he gonna do?
He's gonna have to follow all of our followers and like hit them up. I feel I don't know. How's that gonna work? I just love too. I just thought real quick, Billy, and I've never even mentioned it on our show. He started calling our show not too long ago the Jarrett and Slimeball show, and he says one of us looks like Jared from Subway. But I still can't figure out who, Billy, Rob or Slim. Which one of us is Jared?
Well, because he doesn't know which one is Slim and which one is.
He's never known.
Maybe he's calling me Jared because he thinks you're Slim.
That's what I'm wondering. But I wear a hat and Jared wore a hat, so I don't know where his like.
I don't know.
Fucking
Billy, end this argument. Which one of us is most likely to be Jared from Subway?
Oh, don't ask me that.
Nobody wants.
I'd say neither one of you because it doesn't fit.
No.
No.
You gotta be pedophiles and you're not. Thank God.
No. If anything, it would be Slim. That's all I gotta say. If anything.
It's the drizz.
Yeah. Slim seems to like these wooden objects that, like that. Oh my God!
Was the blowjob pumpkin?
The blowjob.
I walked by my cabinet the other day, and I keep all our stuff that we use for the show in like this cabinet, like old things that Rob has written and whatever. They're just thrown in there, and I noticed the pumpkin in there the other day, and I was like, look at that thing.
Oh man! What are you gonna miss most about the Rob and Slim Show, Billy?
Oh man, I'm going to say, your comedy bits are great, but probably the interviews have come up most interesting. Like, you got an interesting interview after you're done talking to me. I saw who you got in the lineup there, and that's awesome. Yeah,
we do have something like that's another thing like I've gotten good at over the years at booking, certain guests and not booking too many of the same type on one show. Next after you, we got Robert Craighead, who is he's an actor and he's voiced video game characters. We had after him was Nadine Marissa from The Walking Dead, but she had to reschedule, so we're gonna have to do something else. And then we also have Sadie Katz on, who's an actress. But Billy, I saw you're a Walking Dead fan, correct?
Oh yeah, I've been a Walking Dead fan ever since it started. Actually, since I was 13, I saw Night of the Living Dead for the first time. I've been a hooked zombie fan ever since.
It's so good.
And and I noticed too, there's been some cheesy ripoffs of what George Romero started, like movies like Burial Ground, which was very cheesy and very stupid, and other zombie movies. That overdid the gore and all that. And then The Walking Dead comes along, and it's like you watched all of Romero's movies, and the story just ends. You don't know what's going on with the characters afterwards. At least with The Walking Dead, the story continues until you have a definite ending.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you too. What are you most excited to see? It starts the 20th, February 20th, the last half season. What are you most excited for in this season?
It looks like this the Commonwealth, of course, in the comics. I've read all the comics too.
Okay.
And, they kind of run the place, kind of totalitarian, very strict rules and all that. And it looks like they've doubled down on that in the TV series. And it makes you wonder because, in Alexandria and the other communities in Virginia where that's supposed to be located, they tend to have a little bit more freedom, whereas this Commonwealth community is very, very strict. Yes. And who knows what lies in the future, when the two communities meet.
Yeah, that's what I'm super excited for, the Commonwealth. I love that you said you did read the comics, because Slim is a comic.
I actually haven't watched any of the show, and I read all of the comics. And the Commonwealth arc was very interesting because it wasn't that violent. Like, there were some things here and there, but it was very much just like Rick didn't agree with them, they didn't agree with Rick. Like, they had different ways of running their communities, and they disagreed. And I was trying to explain to Rob how it ended, because I couldn't remember, but I think it really was just like, they were gonna have a war and Rick stopped it, and he was just like, yeah, you guys are pussies, and I'm the guy in charge now.
But in the show, it makes you seem like, I don't know if this happened in the comic, but in the show, it makes you seem like they're gonna go and they're gonna take Alexandria. They're just gonna take them there, so it's gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know where that's gonna go.
And Sebastian, I mean, you hated him in the comics, but he's doing that's what one thing they're doing better is the character of Sebastian Milton is there. He was hated in the comics, but he's even worse in the series.
Was he one of the guards? I don't know if I remember.
Or is he the guy that runs? He's the guy that runs it, like that does the videos and all, right?
No, he's he's the governor's son. If you know Pamela Milton, who's known as the governor of the.
I do remember.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, and he was like a piece of shit.
Yes.
Oh,
he was a problem. Yeah.
Spoiled, rotten piece of shit.
Yep, that's what it was. I do remember.
I gotcha. I am super excited, and I hope they go more than what Slim told me. Slim said they kind of dropped off with Princess. They never delivered on a really good princess thing in the comics. Like I love her, and I just really want to see her.
It felt like Robert Kirkman had all these plans for her, and then as he was writing, just decided I'm done. So he never really got to do what he wanted to do with her, I guess, because he just gave up.
She's my favorite, man. She's fucking crazy in all the right ways,
and she's fucking sexy.
Yes, and I loved too the last season too. Just the Maggie Negan whole situation, that whole thing has been really cool. I really hope that's continued, and I love Negan. Negan's just my favorite all time.
Yes, and if you want to go there, I do have a Lucille baseball bat, and I'm talking the real McCoy of a real Louisville Slugger with brand new barbed wire wrapped around it. And in fact, the guy that made it for me, he sanded off all the finish and then put a darker finish on it. Looks great.
That's super cool. How much did that run?
$150.
Not bad. That's a cool thing. Is it up on a wall or just standing in a corner in your house?
Or is it for your Negan cosplay?
I don't know what's a cooler way to display that. Oh my god.
Because I got that back in 2016, and I was Negan for Halloween when I went to work.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
I couldn't take the real bat with me.
That's a whole HR issue right there.
I did get a fake Lucille, and I just took it out of the box and put the real one in there, so it's kind of sitting on a shelf on display.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, collectibles I tried to get away from. I used to collect a lot, and I don't know, I sold a bunch of my stuff and then recently I've been grabbing just little pop figures and
Okay. Yeah.
Transformers. This always get me. This always get me back. I just, those stupid goddamn things. Every time I see one, I was like,
Oh my God, GI Joes and Transformers. Yep, weren't those the days?
Yeah, but now, like, the ones that get me, Billy, are the ones, like, I either had or didn't have as a kid and wanted, and now they're just redoing. They're redoing, like, newer versions of those ones. It's like, oh my God, I need this. Like, so they get you. They get the, they pull that nostalgia and all that. They know what they're doing, those bastards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man. Oh. What do you have planned for your next show, Billy? Do you have a certain interview set up already, or?
Yes, I do. I'm actually going to be. There's a band, an up and coming band out of Texas. They're called Messer. Kind of like a little mix of old and new metal, you might say. You just look them up, Messer Band, Messer, on Facebook, and you can you'll find them there, and check out some of their stuff. I like them a lot. So,
Cool.
I mean, working with the publicists that I've been working with for musicians has been great, and then of course, getting on the political side too. I've been interviewing, or even debating a few people there, whether they're left wing or right wing. So the whole concept of Outlaw Radio is outlaw meaning freedom of speech. If freedom of speech is ever banned, then I'm going to be an outlaw. That's where that comes from.
That's what I think of too. Like, we both, like, I feel like everyone in broadcasting or anything creative is definitely for freedom of speech. That's why I laugh when the other guy, like I was saying before, I don't want to give him too much credit, but he says we're trying to stop his freedom of speech. Like, nobody's trying to stop that, dude. But you're definitely gone way over that point, and it's just hate speech. Like,
I mean, there are things I don't allow. I mean, pretty much almost everything is free range, but except I won't allow use of the N-word on my show.
good. Normal we had a guest do it once live years ago, and it was just like we all just what the fuck.
And that even goes for black people. I don't want to hear them say it either.
Yeah.
And yeah, really, there's no room for sexism or anything in a bigoted nature like that. And one of the funnest things I think I did on Outlaw Radio, where there's an episode that does involve the N-word, courtesy of messages I was left, was we went after the owners of a website called Chimp Mania. And you go to chimpmania.com, and it is disgusting. I mean, see, I said it so people are going to be curious to go look at it. Well, look at it at your own risk. You're not going to like what you're going to see.
Yeah.
It is disgusting. But I went after them and called them out for what they were. And what was really funny is they had two characters who call themselves Skim and Liver Lipper, which are derogatory terms making fun of black people. And I told my friend Blind Faith, he's an African American, and he was in on the bit with me, and we did use the N-word a little bit in the context to show how stupid racism is. And in the end, there he is with a gun. Skim and Liver Lipper are killed. And for some reason, Chimp Mania Radio was off the air for a year and a half after I did that to them.
Wow. That's awesome. That's what I think too, like, it comes into the outlaw thing. Like, just fucking people up. I love that. Like, that's going after people. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah.
So, yeah, it was to actually to go after them and to I mean, the things here is one thing here is, Rob, if you're looking at your Facebook, I'm going to send you something right now. I would not advise showing this on video for people to see, but I will show you something that was made of me by Chimp Mania Radio. And because, I'm a well-known, it's that I'm pretty much a redneck from the sticks of Idaho. they did their own thing, and basically using a Brokeback Mountain reference, which shit, I've heard gay jokes before. That's just scraping the bottom of the barrel, just like little JoJo does. But you have a look and see what they did with me and my co-hosts at the time. There, it's right there in your Facebook Messenger.
All right, man. I will definitely check that. Billy, we have to wrap it up, man. But thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely. Hey, best of luck to you guys. I'll keep listening.
Thank you, man. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for having us. And where can everybody find you?
Sure. My website is outlawradioabs.com. That's Outlaw Radio Alpha Bravo Sierra.com. That's where you can find me and keep up with my show. And yeah.
Awesome. All right, Billy. Have a good night, my friend. When this goes up and all, I will send you the link and I'll tag you in all of it.
Absolutely. Hey, I much appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No problem. Take care, Billy.